Schultz show on radio is on 100 stations around the country. We support the middle class. We believe in moving this country forward, and we believe that there has been a void in the media over the last 8 years when it comes to telling the truth about American families and outsourcing and health care and job creation. And so now we've done this change. Now we've got new leadership in Washington. We've got some new ideas. We've got some new direction. We've had a bunch of problems handed to the administration: Wall Street, middle class, outsourcing, health care, education. I mean, the list is rather long. And the theme that we have taken on our program is that as long as we advocate for workers, and as long as we advocate for helping the middle class do business, the better chance we have of reviving our economy. And I do believe that those who have been fortunate enough to have some success in this country have got to take us in a new direction, and that's a direction of unselfishness. And I believe in unions, I believe in the middle class, and I believe in business. And I think the culture of business today in America has got to be one of not being so selfish at the top and realizing when your workers can buy things and your families can thrive, that it's going to be better for the entire country. And I think President Obama believes that as well. It's just going to take a long time to get us back to where we have to be. The trade agreements are huge. That's, in my opinion, the next heavy lift for this administration. They're working hard on health care. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. They're working hard on getting money to small businesses. What can we do? What can we do as business people? Well, I think for us 40-somethings and 50-somethings who have been fortunate enough to have a job and have a career and have some opportunities, we have to invest in youth. And I'm just not up here singing the praises of what my philosophy is. I just want to tell you just a little story where we were broadcasting in Fargo, North Dakota for 30 years. Outsourcing, out-migration was the big thing. Kids were leaving North Dakota, and the heartland was losing people, and the colleges were bringing kids in from all over, and the competition was great to keep young people on the prairie in the Dakotas and Minnesota, because everybody's flocking to the big cities. That's where the jobs are going. So I advocated for cheap money back then. I advocated on the heartland for making sure that small businesses could get credit. And I feel like I'm having this conversation all over again on a national level. All politics is local. So we started a little construction company, E.A. Schultz Construction, and Christian and Joseph run it. And we put up steel buildings, and we do concrete. And we didn't have a very good day today because it rained like hell, so the kids went duck hunting. Now, I don't know who's got the better deal on this or not. But they love North Dakota, they love the outdoors, and they wanted a job. And our boys would come home, and the checks would bounce when they were working for other folks, and this company wouldn't pay that company, and they didn't have health care, and I said to my wife, I said, I don't know anything about construction, but I love our kids. The 20-somethings, they need a break. I keep preaching this stuff on the radio. I've been doing it. I believe in it. Hell, let's get in the construction business. So we're on our second anniversary coming up in December. And I owed the bank $50,000, and then I owed them $75,000, and then I owed them $100,000. And I don't know where you come from, but in North Dakota, that's a hell of a lot of money. And the kids busted their ass, and they got health care, and they made $40,000 a year, and they paid the loan off. I didn't do anything. I just signed my name and said, if you guys screw this up, I'll back you up. Hell, I'll go get a TV job. I'll figure something out. You know, we got to start believing in American workers again. And now Joseph has a house on North 26th Street in Fargo. And they're happy. And we need payroll. And we had 4 employees, now we got 12. And now we're doing 4 steel buildings in 4 small towns across the state. Now we got so much work, we don't know what to do with it. families in America. We have to fight to make sure that they have a fighting chance to succeed. Because you know what I've seen as a parent? I've seen our 3 boys in the last 2 years develop